Mari, my friend, good evening. Give me 1 second. One secundo. Let me just get started here. Let me just get started. Interesting. Okay. Let me get some water, as always. That was a quick one, Amari. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. To a basement dweller's paradise. Mr. Elfman, welcome to a basement dwellers. To a... I'm not sick. I do have still a bit of allergy. I think Mr. Elfman... Shouldn't it be to a basement dweller's paradise? Most likely, I think you're right. Let's change that. Let's change that right away. Where is it? So welcome to A, right? So we're missing the A as far as I'm understanding this, right? Welcome to a basement dwellers. Am I right, Elf? It's just an allergy in Amari. I think it's gonna last for some time, so I need to embrace this. This month is gonna be a bit bad. Awesome. All right, so let's. Good evening, everybody. For those of you who joined, I didn't know. I wasn't sure if I was gonna stream tonight. Pollen, exactly, Mr. Elf, exactly. I still have my eye infection, so this eye here. I still have my eye being kind of swollen or whatever you call it. So it's kind of annoying. Yeah, exactly. It's horrible. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. I'm working from home this whole week. I haven't gone to the office this week at all because yeah, I just haven't been feeling you know. Exactly, pretty much, Namari, 100%. All right, so last time, what did we do the last time? So last time, basically, we implemented the GitHub stuff, GitHub authentication, right? And we ended up here, and then you could kind of fill in this stuff, right? You could write something about yourself. And then you would end up here, right? Now if I log out and I try that again, it should log me in. Let's just see where we stopped last time. I don't know why is it so slow. Yeah, it's probably GitHub messing with us a bit. Let's try that again. So we should be hitting now. Let's go to our API. So where did we implement that? What was it called? Yeah, over here, right? So let's see. Ah, I see. I think maybe we should just be also redirecting now from here. Maybe. Right? So maybe we should still be doing this. And then we'll change those with the environmental variables and stuff in a second, right? Valid state. Okay. Just GitHub messing with us a bit here. It's okay. So we need to handle those states now. So let's try this again. That's good, right? At this point, we're good. But then the issue is now, so now if we click on it, right, we should be technically only logged in. So user will exist. So let's take a look at that. So yeah. So now if I initiate this flow again, GitHub is going to call us back. We do have the token. And then we would bypass this. We would end up here. We would sign this user here with that email, right? Yeah, so that should be kind of fine-ish, right? Let's check if there's this try catch, if this actually happens, right? So let's try that again. Oh, okay, so we are good. Okay, we are good. We are good. The question now, though, is... Yeah, seems good to me. Seems good to me. Let's just go back to... Let's try to find /register. And... let me just double check it. Leo, my friend, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, so the question is, should we be doing the join as well there, right? Because... we are kind of doing it here, right? So maybe we should do this include over there as well, right? So let's go over here, right? No, where was it? It was like auth, right? Ah, no, actually we are already here. Yeah, over here. Yeah, something like that, right? I just don't know if I should be doing this here or not. Yeah, that's what the context is for, Leo, exactly. To avoid the prop drilling, right? For sure, for sure. For sure. Essentially, in simple words, right? If we open our amazing Draw.io, right? So that thing that you're talking about, right? You would have a component, and then inside of that component you would have other components, and then inside of those other components, right? So like this and like this. And now you want to pass something from here. Well, this is a kind of longer discussion a bit, right? Because you might have some state here that you need over here, right? Now, you have to be very careful about this, right? Because that's the issue with the patterns, right? That's like using the hammer to screw to your, using a jigsaw instead of a hammer, so just because you can do this doesn't mean you should, right? Because it's very easy to fall into this trap and say now, well, I don't actually care, I'll just keep all of my state here and I can just pass it anywhere I want. But that's also an anti-pattern, right? Maybe your state was supposed to be in this component here, right? Maybe this is the only place where that state is needed, right? Vince, Chador, good evening, friends, right? So be careful, just because you can now bypass directly sending things, through here and then through here, doesn't mean you should just be now putting your whole state in that top level container, right? So I would be pretty careful about that, right? I mean, I can just tell you this. I think you're doing a lot of amazing stuff, Leo, and I'm amazed that you're learning new stuff every day. Just don't take those patterns for granted in that sense. Just use logic as well, right? React is the simplest UI library probably ever built, right? So you don't need, it's like with music theory. If you're playing music, music theory can open up the whole world for you, or it can limit you to only that. So you also need to think logically. Sometimes you don't need to think through patterns. It's like, oh wait, should I use this now? It's just logical, right? It's very simple, and don't chain yourself to it, if I may say it that way, right? All right, so essentially this now kind of works. Let's just see. Let's just see now, basically. Exactly. Pretty much. An anti-pattern. So let's see what we're doing. So yeah, so this was, I'm just reviewing what we did last time. So this kind of works, and we made all of this crap work, right? Good evening, my friend. Good evening. Good to have you here as always. So I think we're good. This looks good to me, honestly. Let's just see if there's any errors, right? So essentially, I mean, I guess if the error happens as well, right, we need to redirect somewhere, right? So we would need to do something like this from here as well, right? Obviously without the set cookie part and stuff. Now this would be, in a way, a bit. Yeah, actually, you might have noticed I've played last night with my setup. So yeah, you can see that my VS Code looks a bit different. That's because, yeah. I'll record a video. It is. It's called background. It is, yeah. So yeah, so we'll need to, okay, I'm not procrastinating or anything. I'm just kind of thinking how to approach this now. So we have all of this. Chica, good evening, my friend. I guess here, can't we get something? Wait a minute, so... give me 2 seconds. Get hostname from Fastify request object. Oh my fucking god, man. Don't tell me what Fastify is. Why is it doing this every time, man? Like... Or maybe the way that I'm asking the question. Jesus freaking Christ, man. It does this every time. It's like, hey, man, how are you? It's like I'm asking you, hey, Leo, how was your day? And you're like, hey, Alex, my name is Leo. I was born, 25 years ago. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It's like, how are you, man? Oh, I am good. My name is Leo, and I'm alive, and I eat when I wake, all right? Yeah, shut up, Leo. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Just give me a break, man. Just answer the... You see how spoiled we are as creatures, right? Like 3 days ago, this thing didn't exist, and already I'm bitching about it. It's like, oh my God, I have to wait for 2.5 seconds. How can this be? Hey man, how are you doing? Hi Alex, my name is Penosa. I was born, and when I was very little, my mom used to bat me. One second vaccinated. Absolutely I can. Absolutely I can, man. Of course. Alright, so let's give me 2 seconds. Let's just go somewhere. No, that's not what I wanted. Wait. Let's try it out. The hell is going on, bro? Just want to try it out here. It will include the port. I think the host itself includes the port if it's not the default one. So if it's not 8080, then it's going to include it, yes. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. That's what the ChatGPT told me. That's what ChatGPT told me, Panosa. I don't want to bet. No chance. I'm not betting on a robot. We'll see in a second, right? We'll see in a second. You guys are asking $1 million questions. I'm just thinking, should I answer you or should I not? Of course I will answer. I'm just kidding. Give me just 2 seconds, please. And then I'll answer all of the questions. No, it's not. I actually wanted to record the video about this today, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But I'm gonna tell you, just give me 2 seconds. I want to test this, and then I tell you. So let me just... what did I want to do? Why is it not finding the PID? Give me a second. So strange. Well, it's definitely not finding it. Hmm. Give me 2 seconds. So yeah, it is actually export fastify PID, and then should export it to the PID file, but it's not. So that's a bit strange. All right, sorry. I'm just setting up the debugger here just so we can... One moment, I promise. One moment. Where is it? Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. So let's put a breakpoint, let's say somewhere around those places, so we can then see what the host name is. And let's go to our UI and let's log out and let's hit this thing again. And then let's see what our debugger is telling us actually. So what is the host name in this case? Let's say here host name. In your face, Panosa. In your face, bro. Let me zoom this just in your face, man. Look at this, bro. In your face, Panosa. Cry me a river, bro. Cry me a river. Cry me a river, Panosa. Cry me a river, baby. All right. Okay, that's good. I'm so happy that he's wrong and that I'm right. Shit. Ah, it's so good to be right all of the time. Service center. Okay, so GitHub seems to be like GitHub seems to be like super annoying when it comes to requests. It seems that the number of requests I can make is very marginal, right? So you can see now that when I try, I'm getting 503 from GitHub, and ironically, yeah. So we need to handle this error, right? Shit. Maybe I was wrong. Fuck. Maybe Panosa was actually right. Did I? Shit. No, but this should be returning the... No, but this should be returning 3000, right? Not 3008, right? Because we need to redirect back to 3000, right? Right? Fuck is that? Yeah, it's a wrong PID now. Give me 2 seconds. Just configure one thing. No, I don't think I did I? I just... Wait, is this a JSON? Yeah. Well, we can't have a comment inside of a JSON, can we? All right, well, that didn't go as I expected. So let's leave that aside then. Until I undo it. Okay. So we had 3,000 here, right? So that's good. We had so we had 3,000 all over the place, right? So it was all 3,000, right? So what the hell? And I would anticipate this to return, you know, localhost 3,000, which is where the request originates from, right? That's where the request originates from, right? No, so that's wrong. So that's completely wrong. So why am I getting a fucking... No, but that doesn't make sense, man. Like... David, good evening. And let me just answer some question. I think just so they don't go, I hope that... Yes, the code GPT is paid. Yes, you need to subscribe to their API, but it's super cheap. What am I using for transparent VS Code background? I'm gonna record a video about that, so you guys are gonna get it. And vaccinated, are you still there? Can you be a bit more specific? So you're saying you don't know, what is the suggestions that you're looking for? Well, Panosa, I want to redirect to whatever the port it is that the request is coming from, right? So that's the thing. Client port, yeah. Remote port, so this is what we want, right? So this is what we want, right? I want the port of whatever the client is, right? I don't actually know if any of this is really necessary. But I don't actually know. All right, let's see. So a request row connection remote port. If we are in the development, do this. Host name is without the port, I guess, in general. I don't fucking know. Or we can give me just 2 seconds and 1 moment. Just give me 1 moment. I need to do one thing. All right, so I mean, so vaccinated, like as I always say in this stream, no matter what you use, it's fine, right? Use whatever you're comfortable with, and use whatever you can get you to build the product that you want, right? Are you using Mern, Marn, Morn, Mirn, PHP, whatever, Rust? What? Nobody cares really. As I always say, right? Learn one environment well. It can really be any language. And then just learn to use it and build products, right? Just give me 2 seconds. Let me just close the window. 1 moment. 1 moment. Felix, give me 2 seconds. Alrighty, sorry. What are you currently working on? I'm working on a platform that's already kind of live. You can go and check it out. I mean, there's always jobs of everything, Mailar. Doesn't matter if you use Angular or React or Vue or any of those popular technologies. There's always jobs, right? And it's better to learn anything and build products than just spend whole day every day doing hello world apps, right? Well, not that you can learn anything. You can use C#, PHP, whatever you want, right? Java. Whatever you can learn and be productive, do that. That's the only thing that matters. Because if you're just sitting home and, you know, watching videos and building hello world apps and, you know, going to this Vim's guy stream to think that you're some sort of a fucking hacker or some shit while you've never built anything in your life, then, yeah. Well, you would not use Pascal to build a web API, right? So that doesn't count. We're talking in the domain of languages which are suitable for web, right? And nobody is building APIs in Pascal, right? It has a different domain that it solves. But some people are still writing Pascal. Yes, a lot of Dell machines, a lot of legacy Dell machines, for example, are written in Pascal, right? Would I learn Pascal today or suggest someone to do it? Of course not, right? But we're talking about the domain of web. C#, Java, PHP, JavaScript, Go, right? You can find jobs and whatever you choose, right? For example, you see Chica, for example. You have this is a huge difference, right? You have to you have to really discover what type of developer you want to be. For example, Chica, he thinks maybe now that he wants to build that he would want to build video games. But what he truly wants to build is a tool that he maybe one day will be able to build a video game in. So that's the difference, and that's kind of as you mature as a developer, you find what is it that you actually want to do. Because for example, it's ridiculous to build a game engine, right? I'm not talking to Chica, I'm talking in general. People who want to build video games, they can use 5 million different game engines today and build any game that they want. So you have to kind of discover who is it that you are and what is it that you want to be. Do you want to build video games? If you do, then why would you build another game engine, right? And first and foremost, you cannot build a game engine as good as some of those anyway. It's impossible. Even if you're a prodigy who was given, you know, good evening, Granick, right? So it really boils down, you have to discover what is it that you want to do. Do you want to build tools? Yeah, so you want to build products. And if you want to build products, then you should focus on that, right? On thinking about products, about users, about solving people's problems, right? And it's same, if you wanted to build video games, then you would probably want your games to be fun. You would try to build clever, fun games that people want to play. Because when people install your game, they don't give a shit. They're not like, oh wow, FPS in this game is so high. That's expected, right? So nobody is getting obsessed by like, ooh, wow, this game engine is kicking ass. It's not even lagging. No, people are gonna complain about the game if it's lagging, but they will expect it not to lag. If it lags, they're gonna remove it. Exactly. If the game is not fun, sure, absolutely, Chica, and absolutely more power to that. Just go with it, right? But just remember that. Just try to see who you want to be and what is it that you want to do. Do you want to build video games, or do you want to build tools, right? Because those two things are vastly different, right? Yeah, but it's the same with product development, right? Some people will sit, they're gonna find a domain problem in sub-industry, some sub-industry, and they're gonna make money out of nothing because they understand how to solve problems. They're gonna choose any technology, you know, jQuery with the PHP 3, they're gonna assemble some crap and they're gonna get funding because their idea is real and it solves real problems. So this is entirely different art, right? Some people have this entrepreneurship feeling, they can make crap out of thin air, you know, and some, you know, can't. So it's the same with video games. You can be building all the game engines in the world if you wish, but that doesn't mean that you can build a good game, right? That requires different types of skills, right? Okay, let's go back to programming. 100%. 100% Panosa, literally my point, yes. Literally my point. Alright, so instead of doing this crap, right, like this, we're gonna simplify this way more, right? Let's just use the environment, right? Let's not even do that, right? Let's not even do that, right? So, actually, let's do that, whatever. So we're gonna say if it's this, then say, you know, HTTP localhost 3000 slash, yes, 3000, right? The thing is, Panosa, right? I will probably sit and do this on my own off stream. I don't want to spend another 2 seconds on this, right? This is so irrelevant and it kind of doesn't make me feel good spending any time on this crap, right? Yes, Panos, absolutely, but we are always redirecting back to 3000. We're never redirecting to anything else. So here we're gonna say hostname, that's fine. Because I'm just updating those redirects, Panos. I'm not using this anywhere else. I'm just using this for redirects, right? So this, I think, now should be fine. Exactly, you were right. I must, with a heavy heart, I must admit that you were right again. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, so we're gonna leave that for now. We don't care actually. We don't care. I just wanted to. we're gonna replace that with an environmental variable, whatever. Anyway, later, whatever. But who cares, right? Who cares? So that's good. So now the question is now, let's go back to our boards here. So what did we write in one of the last streams, right? So basically, yes. So I was trying to kind of get into the side effects of this, right? So because now you can sign up in various ways, right? What if I now try to sign up like this? And then now I'm going to probably get the incorrect email or password, right? You cannot, Leo. No, that's a reserved keyboard. No. So what do you guys think? Let me just maybe get some opinions from you. So what do you guys think? So, right. So I have signed up with GitHub, but now I'm trying to sign in with my email, right? And I'm saying incorrect email or password. Should we have a different type of error for this? Because the thing is, if I go back to my, if we take a look at the database, right? So if I take a look at one of the users, right? If we go over here, right? So I signed up. No, but that's exactly the thing, Panosa. Should we show it because of security reasons? That's what I mean, right? Because I do store the provider, yes. It's just, right, it's more about how much do we want to expose. Because you can see here that the provider is set to GitHub, right? So we could certainly do that, right? And like, for example, we can now search for login, right? Which is this fellow over here, I believe. Yeah. And we would obviously need to where email is this. So we try to incorrect. So try the find the user with email. And thank you everybody for your follows. I'm sorry for missing on that. It's hard to pronounce those names. So okay. So you can see here basically at this point, right? We need to. So at this point we know that the user exists when we pass this. In this also case, the user will have email confirmed, but then here, instead of matching the password, we need to check the provider, right? So for example, we can say here, you know, if, and let me just go to, before we do this, let's just go over here. And I don't know why, but from here, yeah, so let's come here and say, you know, export const authentication strategies, right? And we can just create a map like this. Let's get them here from our table, right? So let's get those fellas over here, right? Just so we don't hard code strings and stuff. So something like this, right? Now, obviously, we can object keys this into this enum, so we can say object.keys or values, whatever, right? Authentication strategies. Hopefully, that's going to be fine. It will. Now we can actually go back to where were we? Yeah, over here, right? So here now we can say, right, something like this. So if user.strategy, right, is authentication strategies, let's auto import this fella dot GitHub, right? Then from here we want to say, all right, well, you know, we shouldn't be checking for, and technically we should be saying this for any of the strategies. So instead of saying this, right, we can be a bit more clever here. We can, you know, yeah, so actually, yeah, let's do it like this. So we can actually say if, and then we can do object values in this. We can say object.values this dot includes. So if it's any of the strategies, right, we will always, so no matter which authentication strategy, actually except local, right? Fuck, no, sorry. So we can't do that because the local is in there as well, and local strategy is username and password strategy. So okay, all good. So if it's this, then we want to say email, please log in with your GitHub social login, something like that, right? So if we get back here and I sign in, I sign up with GitHub. So we do all of this stuff and we say this, whatever, test, I don't care. Whatever. And then we do all of this stuff, complete. Test is a reserved keyword, fair enough. That's good, our validation works. So if we log out now and try to log in with that same email, yeah, so it doesn't seem to be kind of working. So because incorrect email or password, so this is kind of failing. Is it user.strategy? Let me check. Where was that? Provider, shit, it's a wrong property, right? All right, it's a wrong property that we used, right? So this should be user.provider. Actually, yeah, that's Dev, that actually that's what I was asking, right? Right. So and good. That's exactly. So that there's the discussion already. Yes, I also agree with Sako, right? So this is a trade-off now, right? This is a trade-off now because both solutions have negative UX consequence on someone else. Because you know, if you sign up with any of the social things, right? And then you forget that you actually signed up with GitHub, you try to log in with the same email, right? So it's really like, it really boils down to right? See you tomorrow, Leo, man. Thank you for being around. So you know what we're gonna do? So let's actually do it like this. So we're gonna say if user provider is not local, then we want to stop going further down, right? So here, I agree with you guys, right? So what we can pretty much do, right? So we can actually do this. So we're gonna get rid of this. And then here we're gonna say this or, right? And I think this is sufficient, right? So now if there's no user, or if you try to use for this specific case anything except username, password, you're not gonna pass, right? And this is pretty much what I was trying to fetch a few minutes ago, right? So that is good. No, yeah, but we are assuming that I would provide such functionality. I'm not going to be building any functionality like that now, right? So no merging right now or anything like that, right? So for now, this is sufficient, right? So for now, we are good to... so for now, we go with this, right? The thing is, this specific controller here is only for logging in with username and password, right? So we want to return very early, right? We get the user. Is user that's trying to log in, does it have different provider, different strategy? Yes, early, just early call, right? Early return here. Okay, good. But you can't do that. You cannot create 2 accounts with the same email. That's not possible. You cannot create, right? Email and username are unique, right? So you can't do that. I don't honestly know any service online that I've ever used where you can create 2 same accounts with the same email. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. Look, let's just to be clear here. It's I don't care if there is a way to find if email is taken, right? So let's leave it. This is perfect enough, and we're not going to be doing anything more in this. So this is good. We move on. There's 7 billion things to do. This works. And I 100% agree. It's no brainer, right? It's just, you know, I'm building this alone, right? And technically I need to be accountable for how far I go with anything, right? Because technically we can get deep dive into every single tiny fragment of every feature, right? But then we will never get anything done, right? So it's okay, right? What did I want to do? Okay, the only thing that I want to check though is that I'm just... There you go, pretty much. Nice, nice. I mean, it's good to have someone who understands, yeah. 100%, man, thank you. Because, you know, the beauty... I love to build products. I don't obsess. I do obsess, and that's also the problem sometimes, right? But I think this code is awesome enough, and I'm really this API is super clean and nice. There are obviously few things that we could do here and there, add in maybe if some things are missing, some transactions and stuff, like we're not doing any fallbacks, right? So there are a few things that we could still do, right? For example, I don't know what happens if at this point, you know, this succeeds but this fails, right? Now you have an image we downloaded, right? Exactly 100%. Okay, great. So good evening, it's Face. What next should we do, right? So let me go to... So this is basically where we are setting up the GitHub auth tool, right? I wonder, does this thing... No, never mind. No, that's not good. Twitch, Spotify, Google... So for GitLab, it seems for GitLab, we would need to create an actual configuration ourselves, I suppose, even though it's mostly the same, I guess. Google, I'm not going to support Google, definitely not. Discord and LinkedIn, definitely. LinkedIn, definitely, I think. I think I've actually created the... Where is it? I think I've actually created the LinkedIn profile. Where is it? Does anyone know? Because I don't want to support Google. I don't want to support Gmail or any... It's full of bots and shit like that. So I would never support that, ever. DevDad, don't take me wrong, what you might have done, this is just my personal feeling. I've been building also those startups past 15 years, and I can tell you that Gmail, unless it's Gmail for business, which is a bit different, I hate public providers. I mean, if this platform ever sees the light of the day, like if it ever becomes something, I'm completely gonna ban any public email providers. Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, all of that crap. Just not allow it at all. Just discard it, right? Because that is the easiest way to, at least to some extent, validate who people are, right? Because it takes 3 seconds to automate a Gmail account creation, right? You can just spam those accounts like crazy. I mean, at Dream Data, the company where I work, we experience that, right? Yeah, I mean, you can go and make the Gmail account now in 3 seconds, right? You can say, you can say cock potatoes, right? Etc., etc., right? So I mean, Sako, the thing is, we don't have to challenge it in that sense. You're absolutely right. There's always going to be the ways, right? The thing is, we cannot challenge the argument of banning public providers by saying, hey, there's services like this. And I'm not saying that you're doing that. The thing is, you try your best. You can never completely prevent spam. That's impossible, right? But you can do your best to prevent it. And the most common occurrences of spam is those public email providers. Sure, there's a bunch of services like this that create the temporary stuff. I get that, right? But you can't ban it all, right? You can also ban this. You can have some sort of blacklist or whatever. And so you can still even be banning this, because this Gorilla Mail and a bunch of them, they always generate emails on a specific domain as well. They don't have infinite, right? Okay, well, if it's a feature and not a bug, it's great. But even this service, right? Let me just get back to this. Wait, how the hell do I get, man, to my LinkedIn application? How hard is it to make a fucking UI, man, that I can access? Like, where do I go? Ah, oh, man, I know. Wait. Ah, shit. 1 second. I know. Well, I don't know. Well, I do know. Okay. I do know. Okay, wait. Dude, how hard is this? How hard is this? Sako, I think Jace is just asking what I'm working on now at this moment. Oh, by the way, look at this. I haven't told you about this. Yeah, it is. I do this. Everything that you see here, Dev, is built inside of this stream. I stream maybe 2 hours every evening, so the whole platform was built in the stream, right? Unfortunately, well, fortunately as well. I would definitely say fortunately I have a job. So I tried to add the programmer network to LinkedIn, and it's saying, hey, invalid format. Like, it doesn't want to take my... It thinks that .network is not a valid domain. It's like, okay, now it works. Yes! Okay, good. It didn't work before, I swear to God. But where is the apps, man? Where's the apps? LinkedIn. Stop trolling me. Stop putting finger in my ass. Okay, Sako. Oh my god, did I find it? Yes. So hard, man. No, no, this is dream data. Jesus Christ. Break control. Dude, like, how hard is this, man? Seriously, dude, like, oh my god. No, no, I don't want to create an app. I've created the app long ago already, man. Jesus Christ, dude, like, it's pissing me off, man. Seriously. Just pissing me off, bro. Oh my god, bro. Alright, never mind. Never mind. Oh shit, maybe I'm logged in with the wrong email. I mean, this is... Join? What the fuck? Oh, sweet Jesus, man. Are you kidding me, bro? Yeah. How do I log out? How many billion-dollar company is this, man? And then I complain about my imperfect UI in 3 places. Yeah, but I don't want to create the app. I have a feeling that I've created it already. I have a feeling that I created it already. Dude, like, I don't know, man. Like, seriously. I'm not gonna be using OpenID, bro. Max, Dev, good evening, buddy. All right, I must have deleted it. I had it. I had it before. I don't know what happened. No companies with that. How do I get to the company, man? Can I use the ID? Hipster Figma Pro. Wait, I cannot find my own company, like, oh fuck, Jesus Christ. I don't have this URL. Upload logo. I don't have any legal stuff, pretty much. Oh my god, where do I find the freaking logo now? The Dev Dad, let me give you a follow as well, man, before you leave. Because you're saying that you're also streaming, right? I just gave you a follow, bro. Thanks for being around. I'm gonna check out your stream as well, man. Have a great one, dude. Oh, so we can do it. Okay. Here it is. Oh my sweet Jesus. How hard was this? How hard was this, dude? Like, seriously. Okay. So hard. Awesome. I'm gonna... I just gave him a follow, so... 100%. 100%. Alright, so what do we do now? So... Alright, let me just be super lazy. That's why I'm paying for ChatGPT. I have this. I want the same just for LinkedIn. Look at me coding now with my eyes closed. Look at me. Oh, fuck, it didn't start writing code yet. Give it a second. Exactly. Let me see, did anyone give a like on my recent video? I recorded a video today. Let's see, did anyone like it at all? 3 likes. Oh my god, 3 likes. Amazing. If you haven't watched this terminal video I made today, give it a shot, bros. Give it a shot. I made it right before the stream. Okay. So my assumption right now is that this entire thing is going to be more or less the same. And since I've decided to keep the same interfaces across all of those meetings, no matter which authentication strategy you use to log in, we will always only be accessing the actual email address and potentially a profile picture. Let me just ask here, is it possible to get a profile picture from some scope? We want to keep it the same and unified, so we don't need to write different code for every single authorization strategy, because maintaining that is very painful, right? So I have decided, like, no matter which of those strategies we implement, we're always going to ask for email and the actual profile, right? Give me 1 second. My wife is writing to me. Right? So, okay, so that's, let me just update LinkedIn. Ah, shit, it's not the same. Okay. So So yeah, some of the code will need to, some of the code will be able to generalize, and then some of the code but we're not going to be making any crazy abstractions or any crap like that. We don't want to be doing that, right? So we want to make sure that we don't generalize it in a way where we shoot ourselves in the knee, so, you know, we then start making those optimizations which are just horrible, right? So it's okay. So pretty much it seems that for every strategy, only more or less this part is going to be unique, right? Because obviously every single one of those APIs, they have different property names, right? And this is where Passport JS is good. So if any of you have used Passport, right? The reason why Passport is good is because the abstractions that they created themselves, they always unify the interfaces no matter which strategy you use. So whenever you kind of get this callback call, or when the service calls you back, you always kind of get the same shape, same interface, same schema, right, of that object, and that's useful, right? But then, of course, it's abstracted away from you, right? You don't have to think about it, right? That's our front end. So where were we? We were somewhere around here, right? Setup plugins, yes. And yeah, it's complaining that we're missing this stuff, and that's okay, right? So what we actually gonna do, we'll pretty much copy paste this bad boy here, because we did create that callback thing, and we'll just say here LinkedIn, right? And that error should be gone, I believe. Ah, I know. Sorry. This is kind of my own extension, my Fastify extension that I wrote. So it's messing. Yeah. I remember now. So I wrote this Fastify extension that enforces you to always must have validation schemas, right? Because that's my belief, that you should have everything validated always by default, right? So if we do this, yeah, should be fine now. Yeah, so, and yeah. So those are the scopes. All of this is gonna end in environmental variables. Anyway, give me just 1 second. Let me just check the actual ENVs. All right, let me just grab them. That's why I can't share my screen with you now, because I need to copy them from the actual LinkedIn. So where were we? The programmer, yeah. So let's say export link. Linked. LinkedIn client ID. Then linked secrets. And then I'm gonna get the secret from here. Yes, that seems fine. And then I'm gonna, give me 2 seconds, share my screen again. Just 1 more second to double check. All right, that's actually good. Okay, cool. Jace, it will not, but if you're on Mac OS, you should be using iTerm 2. So if you are on iOS, that's what I'm using on my work laptop. So on my work laptop, I might have a similar configuration that I stored on my GitHub profile. Let me take a look. Then you can replicate the same stuff I have there. I'm not sure if I have. Yeah, here's my iTerm configuration. So this is on my Mac OS, and you can more or less do the same. This is from my work laptop, right? But I think I went relatively in detail here, pretty much doing the same, spawning this thing like this way and stuff like that, right? My pleasure. Keep going back to the front. Okay, so we have this. Let's source this stuff again in pm dev. So we have this stuff now. We need to fill in the callback, of course, right? Let's go to the front end as well now, and let's search for, I guess, landing. Yeah, and then over here, yeah, exactly. And then here we'll now call the LinkedIn callback, just as we did with GitHub. So pretty much all of the same stuff, right? So more or less the same here for LinkedIn, right? We're actually gonna nuke this. We can also nuke this, so let's just leave those that we actually gonna have for now. And then here we'll simply say this. We'll need to change this in the environmental variables later. And then here we'll say LinkedIn, right? So before we click this icon, right, let's go back to the API, right? And somewhere down here at the end of the earth, we have this guy, right? And yeah, great. So let's go back here. And let's literally grab all of this stuff. Yeah, pretty much, right? We're gonna grab this fella over here. we're gonna get inside of here, right? Didn't we actually use Axios here already? And we're gonna turn this into utilities, some utils later, right? So let's just make it work, then we clean up. And yeah. Okay, that's a bit awkward. But let's see. So what is this? Let's remove this useless stuff. Panosa, man, as always, thank you for spending your time being here, bro. Always highly appreciated of that. So have a good night, man. Pass along whenever you have the time. So let's try to print this stuff. And let's also try to just return it, right? So let's now try to initiate this LinkedIn flow from the front, right? And then we can see if it actually works or not, right? Okay, the redirect URL doesn't match. I see. Okay. Yeah, so you can see we didn't really add the redirect URLs, right? I think it's this one, right? If I recall, right? Try that again. Yep. Use your name and photo. Use the primary email address associated. Yes, that's good. So scopes are fine. Did we actually... Yeah, that's a bit strange. You will be redirected to localhost. I see. Thank you very much for the follow. Maddie Malik 1. So it's basically redirecting to the wrong... okay, good. We're pretty much good. App.authenticate is not a function. Okay, fair enough. Because I have blindly copy-pasted that, right? So that's okay. So let's see what's happening here. So what am I actually doing for the GitHub? Let's see. So get access token... And what is this guy? Let's actually go to fastify all auth thing, right? Okay, interesting. Well, nothing really useful there for me, so let's close that. Just funny how we are. I wonder if the interfaces here are the same. Should I get the access token from? Okay. So the bot was wrong. The bot was wrong, clearly. Yeah. That's it. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. That's it. That's it. All good. So my suspicions were kind of fine. So that's good. So we're actually... So I said good, good, good. That's amazing. That's really good. Okay. No. So that's perfect. I think already we could try this out, right? Of course, not to say that it's going to work now. We are not yet at the point where we expect that. It's just let's just go back here. So that's good. That's good. I think this is going to be a bit better. Still going to fail, but it's going to be a bit better, I think. And it is, as you can see. So we did get, I believe we did get the 400 bad requests. Give me a second. So we're getting the bad request because most likely, right? The token that we're getting here, maybe we're not getting it properly, right? So let's try to see, are we actually getting that token? Are we getting the token? Right? And then, yeah. Oh, the error, just so we can have some logs, right? And yeah, let's just minimize any potential side effects here or whatever. So let's just debug it slowly, and then we should be able to do it, right? And we're getting invalid state because obviously this state in the URL is no longer valid. So let's try that. Hopefully LinkedIn is not going to ban us soon or lock us out because we're failing a bit too much. But let's see. A required parameter client secret is missing. Okay, so that's a bit strange because I think I did source. Didn't I like source in V development? Yes. So it should be fine. It shouldn't be complaining about that, in my opinion. And then if we get here and if we go over here, right? Let's see. So yeah, so we do have them here, right? So that's okay-ish. So why is it complaining that they're missing? They should not be missing. And now we got locked out, didn't we? I think we did, most likely. Try that again. Our required parameter client secret is missing. All right, so okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment here. Just to kind of check my sanity here, right? Because I might have an idea. Maybe. I might have an idea. Maybe. Let's actually go to the app. Where do I... no, let's go to main. Somewhere at one point, I validate my... yeah, here, right? Setup PNV. So maybe I'm missing it here. Yep. This is, I believe, where we're missing it, right? Yep. Because with Fastify, everything is validated. Even your environmental variables, right? And stuff. So I think we are actually missing here LinkedIn. Right? All right, 1 second. Back. And let's see if it's still gonna complain about that one. I think it will. Yep. Reply status.json. Yes. So it's failing somewhere internally because LinkedIn client ID, LinkedIn client secret. Yep. So let's get over here again. No, actually, that's where we were. Okay, no, setup. Thank you, everybody, for your follows. Really appreciate it, guys. Vatas, thank you very much, man. So here it is, process CNV, LinkedIn client ID, LinkedIn client ID secret. Yep. See you later, Jace. Love you. Thank you. Are we maybe missing this? Are we? No. Oh, I see. I see. Well, maybe that's the problem, right? Because you can see that over here, right? Yeah, this should basically have, right? Like LinkedIn. Yeah. Maybe that's it, right? Because, yeah. This comes with a predefined. So maybe that was obsolete. I'm not saying that it was, but let's just give it a shot, right? Yeah, okay. I don't actually know. LinkedIn API is also changing almost regularly, right? So who knows? But let's give it a shot. Client secret is missing. All right, I'll just for one more second test my sanity here. Because this can't really be. All right, so that's good. So my sanity is fine. So those environmental variables are definitely here, it seems. So why are we then getting the why are we getting this is a bit strange. Ah, okay, wait a minute. No, actually it's fine. LinkedIn auth, yeah. Let's take a look. All right. So let's just put a blame on the bot. It has no emotions, so it's not gonna get butthurt like us. We get easily offended, right? That's the modern thing today. Let's see. We could maybe use this opportunity to insult the bot a bit, but let's see what happens now. So I apologize, the issue due to the Fastify auth plugin clients, you can fix this by adding get access token function to your auth configuration, la la la. So I guess we need to add, exactly. I'm gonna insult it a bit now, give me a second. Okay, unacceptable. I'm paying this $25 a month and it cannot answer every single question perfectly 2 seconds. So bad, right? Exactly, need to tell it who the boss is. So unacceptable. I contributed 0% of development of this amazing shitty technology, right? Unacceptable. Jesus Christ, man. How, no, seriously, jokes aside now. Look at this. How mind-blowing this technology is. Look at this. Like, seriously, like, I don't think that any of us, I don't think that we're aware that we're grasping the pure perfection of this. Seriously, like, jokes aside now. Look at this, man. Like, I mean, we should be still sitting every day and asking ourselves how amazing this is. Look at this, man. It's like I'm talking to a person out there, a consultant that's helping me out, right? How insanely good that is, right? It's like, it's crazy, man. It's seriously just insanely crazy, man. And this is just the beginning, so think about it, right? It's so nice, man. Such a great technology. Such a great technology. So they're importing, I guess, query strings somewhere. Yep. So let's import QS as well. Import query string from QS, from query string, I suppose, right? No, dude. It's like, if this was $100 a month, $200 I would pay for it. It's so worth it that it's not even real, man. It's just unreal. It's like crazy. All right, so is this gonna work or not? Let's bet our asses on a copy paste, right? But let's keep on cracking until it works, obviously, right? What can we do? All right, something has happened. Let's see. So we're still getting the same, a required parameter client ID is missing, right? So token host, get access token. Is there something, let's actually try to be a bit pragmatic here, right? So let's go to the library here and let's search for LinkedIn, right? There must have been someone else who's been yeah, here it is. This one. This is the one we're dealing with, right? Matteo Colina is saying he has no clue. Okay. Okay. Let's give that a shot. And then if it works, we can reason about why it works. You know, my code works, I don't know why. My code doesn't work, I don't know why. that sort of stuff. Okay, now we got somewhere, it seems. Maybe. Yeah, we did. Oh, such a no-lifer. The fact that I found this funny. How sad my life is. Okay, are we getting the token? Yeah, so we're getting the access token now. Yeah, okay, and let's try to get rid of this just so we can see if we actually need that piece of code, right? And let's try it again. Yeah, that's good. All right, perfect, great. So we can get rid of this. And let's maybe... So that's good. So now we can continue with this one, right? So let's go to auth, whatever. And we can continue, right? So if we go all the way down, now essentially we can start uncommenting this stuff out, right? So we do have the token, and now we're going to try to get the actual profile of the user that's trying to authenticate. So let's try to just print this, and let's try to just return this object, right? So let's keep kind of uncommenting that stuff out until it works. So we get here. Unauthorized, I see. All right, let's keep on looking at that. So, bam. Where are we? Okay, so that's the problem, right? That's super strange. All right, so the token that we got here. All right, so that seems wrong, right? So that's clearly an issue. So let's see what is the type of this thing. Maybe it's some sort of, let's say, type of token, and then we're gonna print the token. Maybe it's some sort of a object that's stringified or something like that, right? So we can clearly see that there's something fishy with it, right? Try that again. What the heck is this? What? Are you kidding me? Super strange. Okay, let's take a look at that. That's that seems fishy. Object undefined. Okay, and what did we previously get? Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So technically we should have done something like this, right? Right? Most likely. We should have just destructured because that was an object. It's the response itself, right? So let's see again. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. So that was the issue, right? Because here we actually get the access token at the end. All right, beautiful. So let's try this again now to see if we can get the actual profile from a user from LinkedIn. So now we get back here, we go back here, and yeah, we click this fella over here again. Okay, great. So we did get something. Yep. There we go. Data. And let's see what type of object. It's some circular structure. So let's see what did we actually get back. So this is some sort of a response. I see. So since we're using Axios here, right? So here we're gonna get basically the data, right? So that's what we wanna return as well, right? Okay, I see. All right, so let's get back here. And yeah, let's try that again. Great, there we go. So we get the user. So now I have basically, so basically what happens is my API or my app, I initiate this LinkedIn auth flow. My API is like, hey, you know, LinkedIn, you know, hey user, would you like to give those permissions to me? Like which permissions? Well, you know, profile permissions and email. Then user is like, yeah, that's fine. And then LinkedIn calls us back and says, okay, you know, user has actually allowed us LinkedIn to give you information. So this is good, right? So what do we get? So we get most of this crap I actually don't care about. Care about the profile picture and an email, right? So an email is going to be somewhere here for sure. Well, email is going to be different. Okay, good. So this is pretty good. And this is how we're going to get the profile picture. I guess it's kind of very ugly, but yeah, super shitty. But let's try that. Let's try to say avatar URL. And then here I'm just going to return avatar URL, right? This is going to be data profile picture, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I'm not sure, Chico, what do you mean? You mean, did we make any progress? And here's the avatar URL. If I click it, it opens my LinkedIn avatar, right? So that's good. So that's actually pretty good. So that's great. That's actually super awesome. So now we can finalize LinkedIn login in like 3 seconds, right? So we can see that there's some generic behavior and then there's some that isn't. So essentially we'll need to Matus, this is not really a theme. This is just my own background, my own setup, right? I'm using the default theme. I'm using Dark plus V2 experimental, but I then have a background plugin, and then I have a background inside of here, and I also have the same here in my Windows terminal as well. I think I'm gonna record a new video on VS Code tomorrow for YouTube. And if you want to watch, I released another video today. This one actually. So if you want to take a look at it, this one is for the terminal. All right, so let's get back to this. So this is great. So now essentially, yeah, so let's see. So this part is the same pretty much. So what we could do basically here, we could generalize this part of the code, right? So this is the part that we could turn into a function, right? And because we can see that clearly we're going to be calling this pretty much every single time for every single strategy, right? So we're going to be calling this for LinkedIn as well, right? So let's kind of go here. And we're going to turn this into a function. We're going to make it a bit clever, right? So if we go, where do we actually want to go? If we do this, right, let's see where we are. So we are in the auth, right? let's create a class here. Let's create another. Let's create a index.js here, right? And let's say class social login common, something like this. Let's not waste too much time with the details, right? On how we want to call it, right? And then what we're gonna want to be doing is let's create a, let's come here and say create account, and we want to pretty much grab all of this stuff that I have here. So, and I will do so. Now, the only thing I'm not going to do, I guess, I'm not going to take this reply here and stuff. So let's leave that there. So I'm going to actually grab this portion of stuff. We're going to make this an async function, right? We're going to import the Cloudflare client. Okay, that's good. And then let's pass here in the user model. Let's say user model, and then we're gonna say avatar URL. No, I'm actually going to pass just the application instance, an avatar URL, email, and a provider. Something like this, right? As we need to make this kind of generic, right? Yeah, exactly. And what do we want to do from here? So when we do all of this stuff, right, we would like to probably return the created user, right? And that's perfect, right? So we're going to say, you know, return created, right? We can just as well actually call this thing a user now, right? And that's great. So now if we kind of go back somewhere here to the GitHub one, right? To this one. Yeah, so here, if there's no user, we want to say, you know, create account, whatever, and it's going to be like, well, we'll need to import that thing. Yeah, and then if we get here, we're going to say social create account, right? And we're going to pass it some of this stuff. How did I call it? Didn't I call it like social providers or something? Authenticate. Yeah, I think I called it the enum, right? Authentication. Bro, I think strategies maybe. Yep. So this is basically going to create this, right? So this is going to create, so we're going to say here const, you know, created is await that, and then we can kind of get rid of this. Right? And that's great. So, well, why are we doing this, you might wonder, right? Well, we're doing this because now we're trying to figure out a way to kind of generalize this for every strategy we have, right? So now I think we'll need to, well, obviously we're going to reuse the same function now for LinkedIn, right? So, but I haven't gotten an email. So let me actually here, how do I get a primary email as well? Yeah, so I guess we need to, yeah. So it's pretty much the same like with GitHub, right? So let's, yeah. Yeah. Let me in the meanwhile see, did anyone in this stream sign up? So no new signers on Programmer Network this stream. Or no, it was Paul. No, actually not. Okay. Someone left some comments, I guess. Jace writing about something else. Nice, okay. Thomas, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. And yeah, so let's get this part as well. So we pretty much have to do the same stuff. Then I'm gonna probably clean this up off stream or whatever, right? But yeah. Yeah. So we need this additional call to LinkedIn, right? That's what it's basically telling us, right? So let's, instead of calling this generic data, let's call it profile, right? Primarily because, yeah, we're gonna have two different requests now. So we're gonna have profile.profile picture, right? And then here we're gonna do the same. We're gonna use Axios as well, right? So we're gonna do this, right? Oops. And we're gonna do the same, right? We're gonna say data, and then we're gonna say let's call it email. Screw it, right? Not very good, but or let's call it like this, right? And then let's call this email, and then let's try to return the email here, right? So now if we get back to the actual application, right? If we go here and we press this guy. Yep. So now I get both of them that I actually need. So that's great. That's awesome. So we pretty much have now all we need to finalize the LinkedIn as well. And what do we actually need? Well, we pretty much need the... we just literally need to copy paste a bunch of this stuff, and that's it, right? So we literally need to go here, not do this, right? And then I'll see maybe off stream or maybe in the next stream if we can somehow generalize this better, right? I don't want to generalize it or overgeneralize it until we actually learn the interfaces of this Fastify auth, right? So for now, I want to have a full kind of freedom to do whatever, right? All right, so cool. So we try to find the user by that email, right? As always, we pass the same stuff. The only difference here is going to be LinkedIn now, right? The rest of the stuff is going to be the same. So probably we're going to be able to do some clever generalization eventually, but for now we're going to implement them all, and then when we are sure that it works, So, okay, so now technically, and maybe just one last thing is that... Yeah, so let's make sure that we handle the errors in the same way. So pretty much we're going to be redirecting to back to the client if something goes wrong. At least that's for now until we know until we have a better solution. Is that a catch? Yeah. And where was my host name? We just need to put it right over here. Yeah, that looks good to me. Let's now try to do this. Bam, there we go. So I think we should be pretty much done almost with LinkedIn now as well. Yep, there we go. It also got my LinkedIn profile picture, right? If I go to my LinkedIn, right? Oh, my friend got promoted to a tech lead today. So I'm just gonna put a heart in that. And let's see. Yeah, so you can see it took my picture from here. So all awesome, right? Awesome, great. So let's try to log out and try to sign in with that same email. Now we should get an actual error, right? Yep, we try to log in again. And boom, you're in the system, right? Awesome, great. So pretty much what I can already see is that, yeah, we're gonna have some space for some generalization. So some generalization is going to be done. We'll need to move those URLs to some environmental variables, or at least to the constant files. Maybe create a service for some of those things in the API so we don't directly call them here, even though we shouldn't abstract things too much because then it becomes useless and just overly complicated, right? But generally, yeah. So now we have basically those two, and we're going to kind of keep adding maybe as much as we can. So maybe we can add GitLab and Bitbucket, or at least GitLab would be super cool. But worst case, I think I saw, didn't we see that Fastify, auth, it had Discord, what else did it have? I think it had Discord, yeah, here it is. So it has Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, Spotify. So we could maybe implement those two, right? Maybe Twitch, maybe Discord, right? I think we could do that, right? Alrighty, awesome. What is the time? I've been streaming now for 2 hours. That's approximately how I generally stream. So let's round it up. Yeah, we're gonna continue tomorrow. I'm gonna actually start tomorrow earlier. So I'm gonna start at 9 p.m. and stream maybe for 3.5 hours after work and all of that stuff. As always, thank you very much for being here, and let me just raid this guy. So I'm just gonna raid CMG Riffing. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great one, and I'll catch you guys up tomorrow. Enjoy the stream with this other guy, all right? He's a super cool guy, and enjoy it. So have a great one, guys. Peace out.